Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Skills, TAFE and Tertiary Education. Can the Minister please update the House on the Men's Labor Government's plan to strengthen the state's skilled workforce with the first New South Wales Skills Plan in over 15 years?
I call the Minister.
Speaker, thanks. Can I thank the member for Auburn for her question and for her advocacy for TAFE, particularly at Lidcombe, which she speaks to me about regularly, which is a great TAFE that provides great facilities for glazing and for timber trades and a range of other really important skills that that area of Sydney requires. Now, Mr Speaker, I've come in here before and talked about the 12 years of neglect that we saw for our vocational education and training system from the former coalition government. And I'm really pleased to see that, I'm really pleased to be able to report that even over the last 12 weeks we've seen action which I have to say makes the 12 years of inaction from the previous government look pale. We've seen since we were here in the last session a range of things announced for our skills system in New South Wales and for TAFE, which help us along the way to rebuilding our skills system to provide the sort of skills that we need in New South Wales for the workforce of the future. Here's the things we've been doing. On the 13th of November last year, we delivered the first skills plan in over 15 years. So even though they're talking there over in the opposition about the things they say they did, they actually had no plan for skills development, no plan for nearly 16 years in New South Wales. And of course, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, as I've said before. On the 4th of February this year, we delivered the new TAFE New South Wales Charter. That sets out the role that TAFE plays as a core of the vocational training system in New South Wales.
Warunga, you're on three
and
calls.
Just last week, I was very pleased to announce that we delivered a multi-year pay deal with New South Wales Teachers Federation, which nearly 93% of staff voted for. And that goes with the fact that under the leadership of the Minister for Industrial Relations, who was very unfairly maligned in this place last night, but who's been so active in achieving wage agreements with a range, with the vast bulk of the New South Wales workforce.
Member for Canterbury.
Mr Speaker,
members will come to order.
Mr Speaker, we're also reversing the trend of TAFE New South Wales casualisation that we saw from those opposite. And I'm pleased to see that that we now have over 1,700 staff who were casual or temporary teachers who are now permanent TAFE teachers. And that's been a really important achievement. It means stability and peace of mind for the teachers, job security, but also means that they have more time to actually work on the preparation for their classes and more time to assist us with reducing the admin workload across the range of the rest of the teaching workforce. We've committed to a key recommendation from the VET review, which was to take TAFE out of the contestable market.
Thank you. Member for Auburn.
I would ask for the Minister to elucidate his answer.
Additional 2 minutes is granted.
Thanks, Mr Speaker, and thanks to the member for Auburn. So the contestable market, something introduced by the previous government, where TAFE had to contest with the private providers for what amounted to around 30% of the funding. But for that 30% of the funding, they had a huge administrative workload, which tied up head teachers and stopped them from delivering teaching and learning to young people and to people wanting vocational training. A key recommendation, we've committed to do that over the next year. And this is a government which is committed to skills development right across the government. We've seen our 1,000 trainees who are working in areas right from the police, essential energy, parks, Department of Education, in health. We've seen the Minister for Local Government, who's been delivering 1,300 new trainees and apprenticeships across local government in New South Wales, a really important boost to local government employment to help them to overcome a number of skills shortages which they face across the state. And of course, the Deputy Premier has been working amazingly hard on the skills plan and linking up schools with vocational training. And I was really lucky to have in this morning World Australia, who were talking to me about the world-leading course that they have out there with virtual reality welding, which is helping to link up high school students into the welding space. Members will be interested to know that they told me that we need around 70,000 welders in New South Wales, And it's a direct result of the failure of those opposite to deliver those skills. It's a direct result of the fact, as the Minister for Rural Transport mentioned before, the offshoring of so much manufacturing meant that we dropped the workforce in that area, and they're not there. And we've got the job of making up for that, a job we are taking on and will complete.